Hello everyone, good day according to your time. Welcome back to Learning is the Key. Hope you guys are doing well. Please, if you are seeing my channel for the first time, don't forget to subscribe and also hit on the notification button and kindly follow my page as you do that. God bless you. Yes, guys, as I saw this video, I just wanted to listen to what Peter Obi has to say in this interview, and most of the things he was saying, they are really interesting. But for those of us that are not living in Nigeria, it's quite difficult for us to understand the mathematics the people are really trying to solve here. Like this one, like what he's saying is really like, for me, I won't say I understand a lot of what he's saying, because Nigeria case, the way we made it is saying, is beyond what this man is explaining here. But he's making a lot of promises, so I don't just want to conclude for him, like use my mouth to say no, he can't do it or he can do it, because Nigeria case now zigzag, and anybody will be say want come into Nigeria to come rule Nigeria, it should be ready, like it should be a God sent, you understand? It should be like a Nelson Mandela that God sent as in his own time to do a lot of signs and wonders. Guys, listening to this video and see what this man has to say, okay? And we just leave you with it. Catch you guys.
Now, many Nigerians are saying we want change. What are those quick things? Subsidy, for example, which has been a subject of discussion over the weekend. Will you get in there and act like William Ruto in Kenya and just remove subsidy immediately? Or you will also say, oh, it will be phased withdrawal. We have to go step by step.
Ruben has said that subsidy in Nigeria is organized crime. Repeatedly. By that I mean that 50% of it doesn't exist. And there's studies that prove that. Ruben, we're about 220 million, like I said, between 210 and 220 million. Pakistan is about the same size. There's no way we can be consuming about 66 million liters of fuel daily when Pakistan is consuming about 21, 22. And we're the same population. They have more roads, from my own little studies, than we have. They have similar number of vehicles. So what are we doing with the extra? So if we are doing 22 million, how can we be doing 66 million? These are things that is worrisome. That's the things we have not to look into. So by the time you remove this, you find out the quantity you're dealing with is less. And then you ask yourself, is it better for me to go? That's what Nigerians want to see. Is it better for me to still put, well, today, let's say the budget, we are told that it's going to cost about 6 trillion because half-year budget next year is 3-point-something trillion. That means the full year is going to be, call it 6 trillion. So by the time you remove out of that 6 trillion, you remove maybe 3. The question now will be, is it better to put the remaining into subsidy or put it in this agricultural product that I'm talking, or put it in? There must be an alternative. The removal, Ruto is not just going to say, I'm going to remove it. If you remove it, there must be something you're going to replace that will help the economy. Now, by the time you're telling people, we can't continue with this, we're going to remove it. And I'm promising you that within the shortest possible time, we're going to have local refining by all, whether it's modular, whether it's this, even though they say they are refining illegally. I said, I'll bring them and say, okay, you're illegal, you're no longer illegal. I want you to be legal. What can we do to make this your business work? Because if we make it work, they will be able to employ labor, we'll be able to tax them, we'll be able to generate more revenue. If I talked about revenue, to generate more revenue is that we allow people to create wealth with enterprise. And we encourage them. We don't have enough revenue because we have people living in poverty. I've always talked about micro, small, medium businesses. Today, according to records, there are about 39 million, so you can count about 40 million. Imagine, Our government revenue from taxation now, last year I think it was about 6 trillion. I can't remember what I was thinking about 6 trillion. Ruben, if we today we're able to fix and get 10 million MSMEs working very well, where they can pay 10 million, where they can pay 1 million each as tax, that's 10 trillion.
Okay, real quickly. But you're doing all of this and you're running on Labour Party, and you know Labour's view that subsidy should not be removed.
No, it's not their view. Their view is that you have to explain the other benefits.
Okay.
They don't want it removed because people have seen things removed and nothing came from it. People have seen privatization, and nothing came from it.
Okay, so they want honesty. So real quickly, the two questions I'd like to ask you real quickly is, we're talking about how to make government revenue quickly. Agriculture you talked about is not, is not easy turnaround. And disclaimer here, I've got a degree in animal physiology, so I know the agri value chain. I can tell you that you have over 50% post-harvest losses. All right, crop production, you still need to add value to be able to make that quick revenue. So it's not as easy as that. So how would you do that? And secondly, 9% of Nigerians are the only ones that have access to drinking water, pipe-borne drinking water. Water is still a big problem in Nigeria. Only 80 million people out of a population of over 200 million have access to pipe-borne water. What would you do as regards that? They tried to push a water bill recently. A lot of people reported it. We need to get a definitive answer on drinking water. Most Nigerians can't open their tap and drink pipe-borne water.
Rufai, if you look at what I've been saying, I didn't promise that if I come in, everything will change overnight.
Okay.
I'm not one of those who promise growth things. We will start somewhere. What drives the economy and people is hope. We have to start gradual solving. That was why when people say 100 days, I said, you can't solve it in 100 days. But I'm going to give people hope. For example, there are things that promise that will be immediate. We will stop stealing of government money because I will be in charge. So those who are going to steal it will meet what they didn't bargain for. That one can be immediate. We can remove, like I said, issue of subsidy. We know what will happen, like he asked whether I will do what. Yes, because we show the people the alternative. But we're not going to tell you, I'm not going to tell you I'm going to give you pipe-borne water immediately. No. I said we are going to start in with, I agree with you that if agriculture is not something you solve overnight, we will start. And I can assure you, if we can increase it within the shortest possible time, is our power. Egypt, Vietnam, India doubled their power in 5 years. It can be done. And I've studied what they did. India was able to move from being starving to feeding themselves in about a decade. So it can be, that's how things, the land is there. It's just a question of changing, like I said, your route to engagement. It is no longer when Ministry of Agriculture will be involved in this and this. They are farmers. I know I've been part of financing the biggest rice milling in Nigeria. Omza. You shock you. It generates its own power from one of the waste.
Yeah.
So it's
price waste power.
Thank you. So it's somebody, and he's saying, I don't have money to give to the growers. I don't have money to do this. So these things can be done as quickly as possible. If you have your Bank of Industry capitalized today, give it the support and everything, just like industries. In this flooding situation, just like I was saying, in this flooding situation, there's so many factories that went under in Onitsha and everything. There's things you can do. When I say federal government should intervene in flooding, for example, people say, I said, listen, that's why we're in a federation. You can't leave going off Bayelsa, going off Rivers, going off Anambra, going off Edo. You see Okowa, all these people running around all over the place. They're doing a lot. This is where the fatherly figure of federal government comes in. That's what you see in America. When the things that happen, the president moves in, declares emergency, bring their way to bear. You don't just leave them. They have not seen that. That's why you are in a federating unit. During COVID, America brought money and shared to people, not the states. because that's why they're in a federating unit.
On this note, Mr. Peter Obi, I think we should let you go. I still have other questions I would have loved to ask you.
Maybe we'll discuss it
security
privately.
and other issues. But I hope that other candidates of the other political parties will make themselves available as Mr. Peter Obi continues to make himself available to us for interrogation. We have spoken on this channel with the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar. We are hoping that someday the candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, will also make himself available. We are also, we have also spoken with the candidate of the Social Democratic Party. This is an open platform. Please come and let's interrogate you on behalf of Nigerians and everyone that is interested in the future of Nigeria. Nobody should run away from engaging with Nigerians. Thank you very much,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Peter Obi, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Will you